Hello, Professor Garcia. My topic is quality improvement methods in healthcare to achieve better patient outcomes and streamline processes in healthcare organizations and facilities. I specifically chose Plan, Do, Study, Act cycle, PDSA, as the most effective method of implementing changes and guaranteeing their success. My thesis statement is the Plan, Do, Study, Act cycle, or PDSA cycle, is the most effective method for healthcare administrators to implement for quality improvement through enabling continuous improvement, encouraging collaboration by involving management and staff to implement small changes to make the biggest impact, and testing changes before fully implementing them, reducing the risks of their side effects. My three supporting points are enabling continuous improvement, encouraging collaboration by involving management and staff to implement small changes to make the biggest impact, and reducing the risk of side effects. My research process has been a combination of utilizing my personal experience in the medical field, recalling some changes and process to implement them, and researching on the internet to find articles supporting my argument. There are a lot of articles, and selecting a few to align with my paper was probably the most challenging part. Some challenges and difficulties during the writing process have been writing argumentatively and drafting my thesis statement. During week 1, my original outline and thesis were turned in, and though you approved my topic, I had written from an educational viewpoint instead of an argumentative one, so I needed to rewrite my thesis statement and really my entire outline to reflect a stance. I wrote a new thesis statement, selected new supporting details, and found new references. My paper evolved from week 1 to week 2, changing from educational to argumentative, and I rewrote my thesis statement to include the new supporting details. I expect that this final paper will reflect my viewpoint clearly. I will argue my stance through my supporting details and properly cited reference material. I expect that my target audience, which is healthcare administrators, policymakers, and healthcare providers interested in improving patient care and patient outcomes, will understand and agree that the Plan, Do, Study, Act cycle, or the PDSA cycle, is the most effective method they could utilize to make the biggest impact with the least risk, as all changes have been properly tested before being implemented. The effectiveness of my efforts can be seen in the improvements to my paper as the weeks have gone on. I've taken my instructor's constructive criticism and advice and put it into my work to achieve writing an effective argumentative paper, properly expressing my view and making my argument clear. The outline and extended outline lended to my success. When making the outline, you must be thoughtful in your responses to each part and cognizant of how each part will flow with the previous and the next part, and you must find valuable and insightful reference material to substantiate those ideas. So what I would do differently, the most obvious thing would be to write an argumentative paper to begin with instead of starting with an educational one. This put me behind at first, as I almost had to start over in week 2, but it benefited me in the long run as I reworked and put more thought into what I was ultimately writing. This has been a valuable experience because it focuses on patients, following the process provided by the instructor, such as the outlines, taking constructive criticism and advice, reworking what is not working, using critical thinking to find proper sources to substantiate your view, and of course, oral presentations. Thank you.